Okay, hello everyone. I just wanted to share with you some tips on how I created my digital story, how long it took and what things to look out for when you're creating this. So first, ultimately you have to focus on your 3D design and print it out, and that's the bulk of the assignment really. But the second piece, this creating the digital story, that takes time too. And total time it took for me, I think, is a close to 15 plus hours or so. So you can't expect to do this, like the night before the project's due. You really need to allow yourself some time to get this done. I spent most of a Sunday working on this project. But this video is to help guide you on that process and to help save you some time when you're creating your digital story. So first, in the assignment guidelines, take a look at how to create a digital story. These are some pretty good tips that I've added, and they kind of show the process for going about creating a digital story. After I designed my 3D print, I wrote the story behind it, and it took a little bit of time to find that story. But I kept it in my voice, so kind of like an essay. This is my experience designing this product. And so I first start with the problem. That's what I did in my story, and then I talked about the solution, and then I ended there. This third part I'm going to have to tack on later, but these first two parts, they're really, for me, was a complete story, and this third part kind of detracted from that story, and this was already long enough. So once I wrote my story on paper, I cleaned it up and put it in Word, and it ended up being about 2 pages long, and that equals about 2 minutes of video. And that's kind of where I wanted to be with my actual video. And again, it starts with, my project, an essay on why I designed what I designed and how I think it's great. And then in the third part, so I created my digital story around that. In the third part, this is going to be more of like a behind the scenes. This is what I did, and these are the issues that happened, and this is what I plan to do in the future to make it better. So that'll be tacked on to my original video as kind of like a behind the scenes video, and I figured that would work pretty well. So you might, construct your digital story in a different way, but just to let you know, that's how I created my digital story. So after I wrote this up, what I did was I recorded audio with my iPhone and a external device here. Let me pull that up. So I recorded audio with my iPhone, and this device is iQ5. Now this thing's like $100 and you probably don't have that, and you don't have to go out and get it, but I just wanted to test out, the quality of this with my iPhone, and it worked pretty well. And I also used an app. The app was called Voice Recorder Voice Record Pro. Voice Record Pro on iOS. And that worked pretty well. I got a couple M4A files, and then I uploaded it into my Wii Video project, and that worked out pretty well. Some other tools I used to gather images was this Joby to connect this iStabilizer. That's what this thing's called. Because I needed extra hands to hold my 3D design and had my kids take pictures with it. So that's what I had to do. Now, you don't have to go out and get stuff like this, but I had this stuff already, and so I used it, and it was really helpful. So after I wrote my story, I recorded the audio, and then the next thing I did, I created a Google Drive folder because I needed a place to just dump all my media into. So I created a Google Drive folder called 3D Print Digistory, and I just dumped all my stuff in there, all my images and my audio files. And then in the directions here, it says you can, use WeVideo, and WeVideo is great. I think it's pretty great because you can edit content in the cloud and it saves, it backs up your media, backs up everything automatically for you, and you don't need software on your computer to edit. But what you should do is click on this link and then connect WeVideo to your Google account at the U here. So the first thing you should do is log into your university email and then click on this link and choose, you'll get an option to select new user or existing user, choose new user, and then there should be a Google button, a Google Plus button or something like that. Click on that and then WeVideo will connect to your U of M Google account. So then it's much easier to connect to Google Drive folder and upload all your media from that. So that's what I did. Initially, I tried this, and after I clicked on the Google Plus button, it kind of hung up for me. So I just, what I did was just copied this link again, put it in my address bar, hit enter, and then said, oh, you're already an existing user, and click OK to watch a video tutorial, and that's what I did. So anyway, that's how to get started connecting your WeVideo account. But then again, Google Drive is really helpful in connecting all your media. So the next thing I did was I uploaded all my media, and to do that you just click on this Upload Media button and you select, let me go back one step. So you just click on this Google Drive option here. You select that, and then there will be a message that says, "This is okay that we can connect to Google Drive." You say yes, and then you're good to go. So then here's my most recent Google Drive folder. So just select that. Oops. So I'll just select one click, select my Google Drive folder, and then I can select all the media that I want to upload into my project. And then I can upload all of those. Takes a little while to upload, but it should work pretty well for you that way. And then here's all my clips. So after I recorded my audio, I went ahead and then uploaded my audio to my project, and then I dumped it on the timeline. Now when I recorded my audio, I had some mistakes, and that's okay because in WeVideo you can select an area where you want to cut a mistake and just click on the scissor tool here, and then you can trim it and butt it up to the good audio here, so then it's seamless. So when you're recording your audio, just know that you can do that. So you don't have to start the whole recording of your script, your recording audio of your script again from the start if you make a mistake. What I tend to do is as I'm recording, if I make a mistake, I'll just kind of back up to the previous sentence or the previous paragraph or something like that, and then start again, and then it works out pretty well. Then in WeVideo, then I just cut out the mistakes. So I dump in my audio track here, and then I start adding all my images that coincide to what I'm talking about in the audio. And that's really all there is to it. Now, when I created my story, I knew that I had to get additional images. I had to get additional images of my bathroom, my sink tub, and that kind of stuff. And so that's what I did, and then I uploaded them. So it's kind of going back and forth with your story and with gathering images to support your story. If you don't have enough images, what you can do is add like a Ken Burns effect. And that's probably what I'll do to most of my images, is add a Ken Burns effect to it. To do that, and what that is just this scrolling, the image kind of pans in or tilts in or zooms in, just to kind of extend the visual interest on that one image. To do that, you just select your image, click on the pencil icon, and go up here, choose animation, then you choose where you want to start. You kind of drag to where you want to start it. You can scale it up, and then choose where you want to end. And that's all there is to that. So I wrote my story, I recorded my audio, dumped my audio in my Google Drive folder, then uploaded it into WeVideo, and then started adding my images to that. And what else did I do? The next thing I want to show you is some things on uploading stuff to your Google Drive folder. So I used an Android tablet to gather most of my images. And when you do that, I just use the basic photo app here to take photos. So to upload these to Google Drive, one, you need Google Drive, the app, on your device first. So I did that. And then to upload images, I just use the built-in camera app there. And then you find the image that you want to upload, then you select this little share icon, and then you choose Google Drive, and lastly you want to make sure you're in the right folder, your Google Drive folder, and then you hit save. And that's all there is to Android or sending photos and audio and stuff like that up to your Google Drive folder from an Android device. On iOS, it's a little bit different. I never got my folder to sync to show up here. So what I did, I just clicked on this plus icon. So I didn't come at this from the photo app. On iOS, I just opened up the Google Drive folder. And then I clicked on this button here, which lets you upload photos or videos. So then I uploaded my photos and videos to just my generic Google Drive folder, my main default folder. And then once I did that, because you couldn't select the specific folder, once I did that, then I would go to my desktop, I would go to recent here, find my images, and then select them, and then choose more actions and move to folder, and then I would choose my 3D print Digistory and hit move. And then that's how you do that on an iOS device. So it's a little bit different on both, but as long as you have the Google Drive folder on either your Android device or iPhone or iOS iPad device, then you're good to go. So that process, the whole thing to create my digital story took about probably upwards of 15 hours. So this is not something you can do you can probably do it in one day, but I wouldn't do it in one day. I would make sure you have probably a good week to get everything done. So just to let you know, that's what I did. And again, to summarize, I created my 3D print, spent most of my time doing that, and then I found my story based on that, and I wrote it in from my perspective. So what I went through, the design iterations of my 3D print, or other things I was thinking of, and then finally my 3D print and how it's great, how it solves the problem of drinking under the faucet here, and wrote my story based on that, gathered additional images to complete my story, and then recorded the audio and uploaded that to my Google Drive folder, and uploaded all the other images to my Google Drive folder, uploaded my media, my audio and other media into WeVideo, and then started editing the audio clip and then dropping in audio files into WeVideo. Now another thing you can do to record audio, and I should have mentioned this earlier, but you can just hit this button here to record audio. Of course, you do have to be in timeline mode, not storyboard. I don't think it will work in storyboard mode. I'm not sure though. I tend to stick in timeline mode. And when you do that, you have a recorder that comes up, and it actually works pretty well. So you can record directly within WeVideo. You don't need, like an iPhone or your Android device to record audio. So it does work pretty well. Keep in mind though that I have a Logitech USB microphone or a headset, and that's really ideal for recording audio. Another way you could do it is on a Mac. You can use the QuickTime player and choose New Audio Recording and record straight to QuickTime player. Make sure to save it, and then you can upload that to your Google Drive folder and then into WeVideo. On Windows, you can use the built-in sound recorder, record your audio, and then upload it to Google Drive and then into here. Or you can just choose to use the built-in audio recorder in WeVideo. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. Not too long. Again, give yourself some time, find the story on your project, and fill in the gaps with gathering additional images and so on. So I hope this was helpful. Again, Jill and I, we are here to help you with this project, and here's my email and Jill's, and we can help you with WeVideo or help you along trying to find the story with your project. So hope you have fun creating your video for your project, and I can't wait to see them. Thank you.